All right, we have on the table before us two very expensive audio items.
Yeah, you don't say.
I don't say. The Bang and Olufsen BeoPlay H100 for just $2,200 and the dirt cheap Bang and Olufsen BeoPlay 11 measly $600.
Pocket change.
Pocket change. And it was probably pocket change for some of you, but not for us. So we're going to review this one first, then the 11, and basically see if this much money makes sense.
Okay. Well, break it down, Mr. Rich Boy.
Let's go from the outside. Not a rich, but I'm very poor after buying these. But these have gorgeous materials. Let's just start with that. I mean, full leather cups, nice, textured headband, a leather headband up top, and this case.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of cases on the channel, guys, for headphones. One made out of leather is not something that we've seen before. And one that looks like a laptop sleeve almost.
Yeah.
Very nice. We've seen hard shell cases with magnetic closures, with zippers, with a bra case, a no case, sleeves.
Soft case.
Yeah. So this is something that you would expect at $2,200. Does it offer protection though?
It's actually pretty good if, like, we went to IFA Berlin, right? We took this in the backpack.
Yeah.
And it fits nicely into a backpack.
It does.
Yeah, so it's next to your laptop. This can just be there. And I'm sure there are other flatter bags in which it'll fit perfectly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it protected it enough. I mean, I didn't throw it around, obviously, but
it
protected
was perfectly
it.
fine. Yeah. There's a little compartment inside for cables, I believe.
Quite nicely done.
Very nice.
Even the cables have leather, branded things to tie them together, whatever those things are called.
Yeah.
With a button, with a metal button. It's like, it's so overkill, but then the price is also overkill, right?
Coming back to the headphones.
Yeah.
Like you talked about the materials around it. There's one material, I think, and that's the touch surface on the ear cups. This is glass?
This is glass.
This
it
is
looks
glass.
like glass. It looks like frosted glass.
It
right?
feels like glass too, yeah.
Yeah, it feels cool always to the touch, and it's gorgeous. So that's a touch surface, like you correctly...
That's a material we also haven't seen ever.
On the 11, yes.
Yeah, okay. Bang and Olufsen.
Yes.
Specifically, yeah.
And it has these beautiful dials, right? And I mean, the H95 also had their dials.
Right.
But it's an interesting story about dials, because whenever I think about Bang & Olufsen dials, I have to think about the story of the iPod.
Mm-hmm.
And people thought that the iPod click wheel was very innovative, and it was for its time. But it was inspired by a Bang & Olufsen phone.
Phone, like smartphone?
Like, not a smartphone. Back in the day, the rotary phones, they had a dial like that, and the iPod was inspired by that. So these guys know their, interface and, user
Human
interface
design.
and things like that. And they also had the slogan, think different, actually, before Apple had it. So that's something.
A lot of inspiration from Apple and Bang & Olufsen. Okay.
Or the other way around.
Yeah.
So yeah, the dials coming back to them.
Yeah.
Very nice. They have this kind of tactile feel, right? With every notch.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. So it's on your ear. It doesn't affect you.
And so just to make it clear what it's for, so you have the right one that adjusts the volume, turning it clockwise, increases the volume, the other way it decreases. And the left one is for the ANC strength.
Yeah.
And it goes from full ANC to full transparency.
For ANC to full transfer.
Yeah.
Or full.
Or one of the two.
Right? And that is one thing I thought, it's kind of like, we always complain about sliders in Sony's app, that they have 20 stops and stuff. But there is so much friction to get to a slider. Absolutely. Whereas if you're in a train and somebody's speaking to you, you can quickly just...
so that's what you're doing on the way to Berlin.
Yeah. And so on the way to Berlin, when you were talking, I was going to full transparency. But when we were just sitting around and maybe editing a video, I was like halfway there. So I was still aware of my surroundings. So
that's when sliders make sense, when it's on the headphones itself.
Similar to the Microsoft Surface headphones from way back in the day.
I enjoyed those.
And the H95 had them as well, but it's much more refined than the H95 was. So that's nice.
There's also nice symmetry here, I'm seeing. Two buttons, same, unique, similar buttons.
Yeah.
What are they for?
Yeah, you can also use them for ANC and transparency. So there's a little bit of redundancy there, the voice assistant and things like that.
And touch surface on the glass.
And the touch surface on the glass. So you got enough controls. Bang & Olufsen is letting you control whatever you want.
And the powering on and off situation is also very, I won't say unique, but they've...
Seamless.
They've actually done it right. There have been brands that have said, okay, no, you just take off the headphones, they're fine. Just put them on when you need them and they work. But these actually do.
Yeah, these actually do that, indeed. Yeah. So the materials also are important because a couple of things. One is comfort.
Yeah.
I thought they were quite comfortable. They do have some clamp, but this is metal, and it is going to loosen over time. So right now, I already, from the day we purchased it till now, I feel like it has loosened a little bit. The H95 we have was a used unit which we got, and that was much looser than this one. So I'm sure this is going to loosen over time if you use them every day.
Yeah.
And the cups are pretty deep as well. I like that. Quite comfortable, angle drivers again. But right now, it has some clamping force. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
But I'm seeing some screws and things like that on the
Right.
headphones.
There's screws, but there's also like magnets.
So
if
I
you
like magnets. Oh,
Yeah, you can take off the ear cups, which will be the first thing to kind of wear out.
Yeah.
You can also take off the headband, the part of the headband that actually touches your head. So not the top,
okay.
but this one, and this is also magnetic, so you put it back in. This one I actually found a bit annoying because in that wonderful pouch that we were praising earlier, this one kept coming half off every time I
really?
took it off. So I was like, maybe the magnets should have been a bit stronger than they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise fine. So it's a win for repairability, although on the battery, there is not much information how repairable that is. Probably you have to go to Bang and Olufsen to get it replaced.
Maybe. Okay. And then the battery life on these headphones are advertised at 34 hours for a single charge. Yeah. Exactly what he said.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We've been quite effusive and complimentary so far. Let's start analyzing a bit more. Less emotions, more rational.
Yeah.
And we tested the noise cancelling, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Put that dial on max. And we tiered the noise cancelling at tier A, guys. So it's not the top of the line, but it's definitely very good. It's the best ANC that we've seen on Bang & Olufsen till date, right?
The best iPhone ever.
Yeah, okay. That do not work for Bang & Olufsen, for the record. But it is a huge jump from the H95 and the HX, so that's good to see. So there's great noise cancelling across frequencies. The reason it didn't make it into tier S is because it just lets in a tiny bit of the low end and voices compared to the other headphones that are in tier S. Then we flip those dials all the way back and or back forward, whatever it is, to put it into full transparency. And there again, also tier A, guys. And for reference, if you're comparing it to some more also other premium headphones, then we would say it's very comparable to the Biodynamic Avento 300s in terms of their transparency. So they did a very good job at letting in mid and high frequencies. So when you're wearing these and you're in full transparency, having a conversation with someone else is perfectly fine. They're not tier S because it suppressed a large chunk of the low end.
It's a choice, yeah.
Yeah, it's a choice. Fortunately, there's no noticeable white noise or occlusion, so then you don't hear your own voice through your own skull when you're talking with these headphones on. So that's good.
That's good. What's not so good is these guys are great at hardware. I was discussing this with an engineer friend of mine. He said some companies are hardware companies, some companies are software companies. Very few companies do both well. And God, the software is awful. The app.
Yeah.
I mean, the app is fine, but it's so buggy. It doesn't connect. And it remembers that you've connected. So there's another phone that you have, even if you unpaired, the app is connected there. It was such a mess. It was really, really bad. And we've seen this before with other companies and they've fixed it. So hopefully Bang & Olufsen can fix this. This is one thing you can fix after you release a product. Guys, before you come at us about the connectivity on the app being fine and it's our problem, have a look at this. So we wrote to Bang & Olufsen and asked them what the issue was with the app connecting. This is literally their words from customer service. We are aware of a current issue and the device may not connect to the BNO app. Are you kidding me? $2,200. $2,200.
No, it makes me wonder, right? They're really in that luxury segment. People are willing to part with quite a bit of cash for the headphones. Are they not using the app? Is it something that they don't
No, come on.
prioritize? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think they just don't. It's not a good. Some people are just not good at software, or maybe they get better with the next generation. But anyway, so that was the app. Quite painful. And another performance thing is microphone. I think, of course, all these luxury products are going to say sound is the most important thing, and we'll come to that.
Yeah, no.
But let's talk about microphones and phone calls.
Yeah, because I think a ton of people make phone calls with their headphones as well. So here, have a listen to some samples. All right, this is a mic test in quiet conditions for the Bang & Olufsen H100. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a microphone test on the Bang and Olufsen H100 in noisy conditions. Pop pop popsicle, ice ice icicle, test test testing, 1 2 3. Pop pop popsicle, ice ice icicle, test test testing, 1. This is a microphone test in windy conditions on Bang and Olufsen H100. Pop pop popsicle, ice ice icicle, test test testing, 1 2 3. Pop. We'd say the mic quality in the wind is very ordinary. In noisy conditions is just passable, but in quiet is fine, right? So that's not hard to do.
Yeah. So you're not getting top tier mic performance. Are you getting top tier sound? Well, so they have something called EarSense, like Bose has custom tune, and Apple has something they don't even advertise. So it apparently tailors the sound profile to the wearer's fit in real time. And okay, let's start with the basics about these.
All right, everything we're about to say in terms of the sound impressions were done over USB Type-C because that is ideally the best resolution you're going to get. That's what's, but we did forget to mention in the upcoming sound video that there is no high-res codec right now on the H100. So you're getting only SBC and AAC. And LDAC was at some point promised, but there's a Reddit poster who's found out that that LDAC codec has been removed from the website. Now, what that means, I don't know. Maybe they're afraid of being sued. But man, $2,200? No high-res codecs? Are you kidding me, Bang and Olufsen? Are you kidding?
And there's plenty of headroom on the volume. At least there was for me. It was about 50 to 60% was loud on my phone on Bluetooth. These H100s, they have kind of a U-shaped sound. What does that mean? It's not like super bassy. So that's one thing that makes it stand out. Whenever you buy ANC headphones, the bass is all pumped up to like crazy levels. I love the bass. I love how it's done. I love the mids. I love how it's done. But the treble is where it starts kind of surprisingly falling apart a little bit. It's a bit spiky for me. And it feels like some things are missing in the treble, which I was like really shocked with because I love Bang & Olufsen sound in general. Mids are nice, good timbre, you know, especially like cymbals and stuff. They just sounded so peaky and uneven. If you actually think about it, I think the hardware is fine. But they have come up with this Biosonic disc. Do you remember this?
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, on Bang & Olufsen. So it's just a disc with a puck in the middle, which you move
Right.
left and right. So yeah, you can make it bright, but it doesn't quite get you the fine. So this is great sounding. Like I think for me, EDM, pop, and metal sounded a bit muddled though because of this with recessed vocals. Jazz was nice. It's not a $2,200 sound.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I think if you're very rich, you're probably also a bit older and you lost some frequencies in the hearing.
Then they're perfect for you.
then they work well.
Yeah. Okay, but that is a part of it. It may be a very big part of it for a lot of people. May not be for others, right? Just because you want luxury and you want the best that money can buy, you may not be after sound.
Yeah.
Right? That's the headphones.
Yeah.
Shall we go on to the earbuds? Now, these are something that I have personally used a bit more because you were on the headphones. I've got to say, again, in the materials department, exactly what he said. Top notch, as expected from Bang & Olufsen. The touch surface of the earbuds, they are stem-shaped buds, and the touch surface is made out of glass. The color, I think this is the terracotta color, or
Must be,
yeah, one of the colors. I like
copper.
It. Copper. Oh, it's copper. Sorry. Yeah. Those touch controls on that glass surface is also responsive. No issues there. The noise cancelling and transparency, both excellent. And just like the over-ear headphones, also in tier A for both active noise cancelling as well as transparency. So again, very good. Not the top of the line, but still very good.
Earbuds fit very well.
Yep.
They're comfortable. They are secure. You're getting 4 sizes of silicone tips and a Comply branded set of medium tips. Yeah. Foam tips, size medium. Battery life is advertised as 6 hours with ANC on, and the earbuds come with wireless charging, which at this point, come on. You're getting multi-point connectivity, fast pairing, IP57 rating.
Yep.
You know, pretty durable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pros over there. And the one pro, which I think compared to the H100, these guys do really well is the sound.
Oh,
I love the sound on the Bang and Olufsen
yeah.
11. They are, for my kind of music, like I'm struggling to find fault with them. And I had the same thing with the X.
With the X, right? Yeah.
So I think for me, the in-ears of Bang and Olufsen are better than the over-ears of
Yeah.
Bang and Olufsen. That's pretty much it. You can look at the graph here. Yeah, it's not fatiguing in any way.
No.
It starts with a good tuning, so the Biosonic puck doesn't irritate me so much here as it does on the headphones.
Okay.
And overall, yeah, it did well with all genres that I like.
Yeah. But there are also a couple of things that we didn't quite like on the 11. One of them being the microphones. Again, coming back to that example, we were in Berlin. I was talking to someone on the phone, and that person was like, "What's that sound?" And it was someone walking in front of us with a trolley, like a bag, with wheels. And those wheels were being picked up by the microphone. So it was just one big mess. So I ended up, putting them back into my pocket and taking the phone call on my phone directly. So it is no good for calls, unfortunately. Yeah. This is a microphone test for the Bang & Olufsen 11 in quiet conditions. Pop-up popsicle, ice icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop-up popsicle, ice icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a microphone test in noisy conditions on the Bang & Olufsen 11. Pop-up popsicle, ice icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop-up popsicle, ice icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a microphone test for the Bang & Olufsen 11 in noisy conditions. Pop-up popsicle, ice icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop-up popsicle, testing.
And although these are two different products, they're run by the same company, they have the same app, and they have the same app problems. So we've already talked about it.
Yeah.
We aren't going to give Bang & Olufsen much more of a hard time, but gosh, fix your app, seriously.
Yes.
You're getting them in two colors. Like we said, we have the copper tone here, which I kind of regret buying.
Is it?
I actually looked at the box when I bought it, and it said copper, and for some reason I imagined it was
This color.
that or gray or something. I don't know. It just I had a brain freeze because I think I was so focused on the H100s. I bought them from the same place. My God, yeah, the copper ain't in my thing.
Yeah. The images of the natural aluminium looks nice as well, but I'm quite happy with this. I'm not disappointed in any way.
I like the X much better, the blue X.
Yeah,
we
that's
had,
true.
the
They don't have
BeoPlay
blue in
X.
this one.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing. The app sucks, but it sucks even more, much more, because to actually use the app, you need to create a login. Dude, these cost me $600. Why do you need my data? I think you're making enough money. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
You
Yeah.
can't fault like $30 earbuds and then their app needing your login and your
that's how
personal
they
data. Yeah.
Make the other $30.
Yeah.
This is bizarre. Yeah. All right. So we've talked about the products. I love the 11. I like the H100. Probably less than I like the 11. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about
Why these exist.
and
At all.
why these exist. Because let's just come back maybe to a product everybody knows well, the AirPods Pro 3.
Yep.
Yeah. There was so much whining about how it was V-shaped. And I think for a product that's on the go, those are amazing. ANC, microphones, features, hearing aid, this, that, and it all works quite well.
Yep.
Even if you don't like the AirPods,
Yep.
right? Even if you still want to spend money, there is stuff out there that does better noise canceling, has fewer app problems, has many other features, and there's of course budget things like Soundcore, Earfun. So yeah, who's this for, Kevin? You tell me. You look rich to me, so maybe you
Wait,
understand.
what? No, the bank balance is looking very different after these. That maybe I was. Yeah, across the board, I don't know what is really standing out here, except for the fact that you will unlikely bump into anyone with the same product.
Yeah, that's true.
That maybe you appreciate the material choices here and the feel.
Oh, they feel amazing. They feel
Yeah.
amazing.
But in terms of sound, in terms of noise cancelling, in terms of microphones, really the hardcore performance, right? Battery life, charging, the app, none of those elements actually pop out and say, look, it's a leader in this space.
Yeah. Maybe these for sound, I would say.
Yeah.
Some of the best wireless earbuds.
Okay.
But even then, I mean, you can get like half AirPods for this.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, you have Bang and Olufsen, and you can say Bang and Olufsen.
Yeah.
And
I
Bang
think,
and Olufsen.
I think one thing where they might have made a difference was if these were really repairable. So these had a replaceable battery. These have a replaceable
Oh, they
battery.
do?
But based on iFixit's review of them, they're not very easy to replace. So even though they are replaceable, they're not user replaceable.
Right,
It's not
right.
like you can pop in a AA battery and like Fairbuds, from Fairphone, which we
Yeah.
actually reviewed on this channel.
Yeah.
Those are fully repairable and replaceable. The
That's
batteries.
right. Yeah.
If I was, I don't know, making $20 million a year, I would want to stand out, right? And spending a little bit more on headphones.
Yeah.
It would not matter. So I think if money doesn't matter,
Yeah.
and you want that exclusive, and we have this with everything. We have this with watches, we have this with cars, we have this with clothes.
Clothes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so there, you don't buy the best designer clothes because the materials.
It's not a rational choice.
Yeah, it's more about emotional, how it makes you feel, and
Yeah.
and I think it's the same thing with Bang and Olufsen. So they're not terrible products in
No.
any way,
No, exactly.
right? They're on performance, I would say they're average and in many cases above average. I mean, we bought these because we review headphones. Again, they don't pass the uncle test for me. If my uncle wants to say, "Hey, I want to buy good headphones," and
Yeah.
no, uncle, you don't make 15 million a year or whatever.
Even if that uncle did in good conscience, we wouldn't be able to.
No.
But that's the thing. People walking into a store, into an ultra luxury store, haven't done the research beforehand and not looking for the best. They walk in thinking Bang & Olufsen, that's a brand I associate with. They make good quality stuff as in terms of materials. I will stand out. There won't be that many people with the same product buying it. Yeah.
Yeah. We're really thankful we can buy these products, even though we don't actually make a profit on this channel. We really are thankful, thanks to you guys on the tested tier, for example, and
The highest tier and the Fakman tier. Thanks to Paula, Rachel, and Radspanda. You guys are amazing.
I have one question, and this is like, if you guys can help us out in the comments below. Is this a product you would consider? Just let us know. Just let us know what your thought is, because we're really debating who this is for.
Yeah. And if you want to see our roundup of the best premium ANC earbuds where the Bang & Olufsen is also part of, then check out this video.
And if you want to check another premium audio product, the Bowers and Wilkins, why do they all have two names? PX8S2 compared to the Sony WH-1000 XM6, click here.
Do we? You said PX8S2, right?